Hey everyone, welcome. I am going to be doing a little bit more drawing now. I'm going to be doing a little bit of the character drawing, and I've decided to show you guys Design Doll. This is a free program that you could just pose your own character. You could pose whatever character you want, get a character, pose it however you want. So I've decided to draw Fran from Final Fantasy 12, and I just kind of want to get a good base model going on so I have something to work with. And so you could adjust just about everything. Now I've already done a little bit here. And so Fran is kind of like this kind of cool chick in Final Fantasy 12. If you've ever played it, you know that she's very collected and just does her own thing. Or not really does her own thing, but she's very, like, I don't know, she's cool. She's a cool character. So it kind of gives you a silhouette here. You could turn your model any way you want, or you could turn the model, that is, if you need to figure some stuff out. And everything can be adjusted. How they're standing, how they're bending their bodies, all that stuff. And you could adjust just about everything here. Right. Not only can you adjust the character themselves, you could actually like zoom in on fingers, hands, things like that. That's the wrong hand. But this is a very helpful tool, I think, if you need like a character poser, just something to work with, a reference model. So I have her, if you notice, I have her up a little bit on her heels, or not on her heels, but on her balls of her feet. And that's because she's actually wearing high heels. So I'm just going to account for that. So I have her standing up straight, and you could even go in. You know what? I don't wonder if the music is a little too loud. All right, there. You could even go in and adjust every single property, like her face, let's say. You could do just about everything on here. If you really need to give her cat-like appearances, you could shape it that way. So she's got a kind of a taller face, just like that. And all this is kind of a blank slate, which I like. I don't know what makes boobs bigger on this. I wonder if I just reset the chest. There we go. Oh, okay. It's like a pattern or something. Spending way too much time on this. He could make them into balloons, but that's not how Fran is. Fran would not want that. Okay, and then let's go with the stomach. Let's see what we could do here. And she's gonna she's got the hips, man. That's what she, I don't know, these are all blobs. Less defined, I guess. Give her super muscular. So this is a really useful tool. And I think I'll just use that. And then of course her arms here, they look all right actually. They don't look too bad. I'll probably give her just slightly more muscle because she's pretty tough. Okay. And all I have to do is kind of choose where with the perspective I want her at, right? So that's not a very good perspective. And you could kind of bounce her around. A lot of things stay static, which is cool. Bender. Her arm is way back there. Do some crazy cool stuff. Maybe I'll have her hand like this. There. Kind of a stronger pose. That works. For me. So I'm just gonna go ahead and export a flat image. Pose. And that looks good to me. So I'm going to be using that as my base model here, and then with my SketchUp as well. So that's where it's going to get fun. Oh, where is the other one? Here it is. So This is what the export looks like. Just a simple, oh, there's Fran. I'll be using her clothing here. So this is what I kind of want to base it off of. It's not the greatest. That's okay, as long as I have the poses. So that's all I need. Okay. Where's my sketch glove? If you hear me crunching, I'm chewing on chocolate. I love chocolate. All right, so I'm just gonna stop talking with my mouth full and just sketch her out. So last time I was using just monochromatic. This time I'm going to switch it up just a little bit and get into, I don't know, using some colors. So I'll just go with this super unrealistic pink here just to sketch out my character model. Now I could easily also just, you know, put it as a layer and just trace it, but come on, man, that's not really practicing a skill set, right? And besides, this kind of affords me the opportunity to adjust things and freestyle a little bit more. So first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that I got Fran's head kind of outlined pretty good already. And this is about right here because she's got her ears coming up right there, and this is unnecessary. And, you know, she'll have her crown and stuff like that. So after you have a good character model, you could do a lot more, you know, after that. And it's a lot easier to have a reference of some sort to make for accuracy's sake. And even though I just did a quick job on the character model itself, on the dummy, I guess I could say, I could always adjust things on the real deal, which is this right here. So like I had the leg kind of shooting out this way. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just leave it back behind her, so it's kind of tilted, so she's, you know, like that slightly. So she's got a good twist going on. And I ran out of space. Which, you know what, is okay. That's totally fine. So her elbow's actually as high as her boobs. And then her hand comes down this way. So I don't know if I should make her squint or not. I'm not. I'm using my UG drawing screen. It's like a tablet, except it's a screen that I could just apply my pen to, and draw on it, directly on it. I used to have a tablet, you know, like the little bamboo tablets or whatever, but I just didn't. I never got used to them, and I thought that that these are just slightly better for drawing, because you could see what you're doing and where your pen is almost all the time. You know, that kind of thing. So Fran does have like chubbier cheeks and a pointy chin. So I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. So the reason you're probably not seeing the pen follow along with every stroke, because every time I push on it, it just kind of freezes up there. So sorry about that, but there isn't really anything I can do about it either. So, all right, just kind of lay out my character model here. And then I could start with actually painting and doing stuff. So this is my initial layer I'll be working with right here. And let me zoom out just a little bit. I think I might change some things. Like especially maybe the rotation of this leg. I might want to change that a little bit. Like that. And the rotation is really determined by where the knee is placed. Your eye just makes the connections after that. And you could change things up from there. Are you a drawer, dude? You do any sort of drawing? Let's unbend her knee or her leg. So we do have kind of a slight different perspective here, and it's the camera isn't up here. It's not looking at her face. It's more like down here. So this is called foreshadowing, where this is bigger than this, right? So it's if you notice, we're kind of doing that. So, and that's totally okay. I kind of modeled the character like that, so that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm just going to put in some rib arcs. And let's see here. The pelvic floor area right down here, right? So she is turning her pelvis just a bit this way, and she's slightly turned this way with the rest of her body. So that's what we're gonna maintain, try to maintain. It might look weird, it might not. Nice. Dude, tattoos. So her hand is going to be right here. Just like that. And so these are all placeholders for me for the real deal when I start to fill in all this stuff. So I wish I could give her bangs, but she doesn't really have bangs. She has kind of a crown thing going on. I might do an adjustment because I kind of see some bangs going on here that I really like. But she just has long hair coming out like that. It's just super long and curly hair that goes down to her butt. Hair that don't quit. Okay, just like that. You guys have probably never seen my proportions videos. I used to do that a lot. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're at a good point to add another layer. Just layer 2 right here, and we could start maybe doing a little bit more on top of this. So like I have stated before, I'm just going to keep using the textured watercolors. I'm just going to keep using this style of pen, and I'm just going to add some color in. So right now I'm going to put in some darks. So she wears black. She's black, latex type of chick. I'm probably not going to do that. I don't like to use black because it's too the gray that appears is kind of weird. So I'm going to use the indigo color instead again. And give me a second. I'm gonna need to get a good feel for her clothes. So here's what she is. She's right here, and I need to get a good feel for what her clothes look like. I can't really see too much of her head, so I don't know what this is shaped like, but that's okay. I can make stuff up. Okay. So this layer is going to be just another layer for kind of putting things on, and then it's we'll kind of do more adjustment along the way. So she's got these two triangles that are kind of below her eyes, and I don't know if they did this because of football or what. So I'll just do that. And again, I could always erase if I make a mistake, which I've made already several mistakes, but that's all right. That's cool. I'll just erase the whole thing. I like this one, but that other one was not good, not going well. All right. I don't know about that one either. How about this? How about we do some placements? So, you know what I should do? I should calculate some stuff out on the previous one. Go back to this layer. I'm gonna just do one of these numbers here for symmetry. So her eyes are going to be at this level, going that way. Her face like this. Okay, just these are again placeholders for me. Okay, good. I think that'll work better. Back to indigo. So these, yeah, they're going to be a lot smaller. They're going to be like triangles like this. And then this one's going to be a lot longer because it's kind of all over her face like that. So okay, and then she's got a Magneto helmet thing going on. So it like arcs up here and then jets up to this 45-degree-ish angle thing at 45 degrees, making a 90-degree angle, and then kind of arcs back down, like back here somewhere. And I'll probably just erase some of it to make it appear thinner. Wherever there's a highlight, it's a thinner line, if you guys know line theory. If you don't, what I mean by that is at the edge of the elbow, right here, this would be a thinner line, and then anywhere where there's a shadow, like in the creases here, that would be a thicker line if you're doing line work. Okay. And I really wish I saw what the top of her helmet looked like, because I don't know. I think it might just be like one of these bands, and then her hair comes off of that, but I don't know. So I'm just going to quickly fill this in. I will eventually get back to streaming Divinity, but or the Divinity engine, but I'm kind of working on a secret level, so sort of kind of don't want to stream that part because it's the very end and it's something that's pretty important and it's got a million spoilers. So I don't want to stream that part. Right. What's really nice about this is this is emulating watercolor. And it's kind of great because I don't have to worry about like cleaning my brush, any sort of bleeding. You know, it has a cool bleed effect, but I don't have to worry too much about actual like brush bleeds or paint bleed, you know, drying too fast. And once, you know, sometimes watercolor, when it dries, you can fix it once. You can fix it once, and then once it's dry, that's it. All right, so here she's got kind of these shoulder things and on the arm. So I'll just start with the arm, just so I have a reference. And it's like these weird things like this, you know, kind of a Peter Pan looking thing going on here. And I'll just put in another one, and then, but it's skin tight. It's not loose, it's skin tight. So I'll just kind of outline it for now. And she's got kind of buff shoulders because she's a cat, rabbit, cat, I don't know, rabbit, cat, rabbit. I don't know. She's some sort of mix of animal. And then it kind of goes down and across, right? So this is where I have to be sort of careful because this is what makes her costume right here. So I'm not sure how the rest of this goes. So I'm going to assume that it kind of envelops her whole arm and then comes up like this. So right there. So her armpit or whatever right here is going to be also in that black latex stuff. And I'm not going to put in too many of these. It's just 4 is probably enough. Maybe up a little bit further. She's a cabbage. Cabbage. All right. Sorry. All right, and then she's got like a metal bra on or something. I don't know. In this rendition of her, her boobs are slightly bigger than they actually are in the game. They're not like that. So, but I'll stay true to my model. I kind of gave her bigger boob. That's all right. No one's ever complained about that. Okay. And all right. Maybe somebody has. I don't know. If I ran for governor or something, I'm sure that segment, that little audio file, would come back to haunt me. No, he said no one's ever complained about big boobs. What a pervert. I'm not like Bob Ross. Okay, and then she's got the armor that kind of comes down here. So this is going to be really interesting because this part right here, I don't know if it kind of goes up in a V like this or what, but we'll just kind of make it up. We'll just kind of make up what's going on here. And then so it goes back down, but then it goes just kind of conforms to her stomach. So I'm just going to have it conform to her ribs as much as I can here. Because it's kind of a jacket after that. It kind of flows into this jackety type of thing, and it kind of spirals out like that. It's like a skirt almost, but it opens up right here. That alone, you know, I think it would get a lot of people's vote. Personally, that's what I think. A man that stands for something, you know, or I don't know if that's really standing for anything. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill this in really quick as gray, just so I know what this is. Oh, I got confused. I didn't have this fully cut off. So there. I try to be as unoffensive as possible, but somehow I fail so bad. I don't even know why. It just doesn't. I still tend to offend people. I don't know how or why, or maybe they're in a bad mood. I don't know. I just made a mistake. I need to start over. I did something that I shouldn't have done, which is lift my pen. When I'm filling this, because it's layer on layer type of thing, so if you're filling something, just keep your pen down and just trace back over what you've already done, which means just go back over that, because it won't darken it up no matter what the pressure is. This is kind of a cool water simulator in that way. I know there's a hand there, totally fine. Let's get the close in first. I'll stand for one thing. I'll just stand for one thing. I got the one thing that I stand for. And she's got this thing that goes down the side of her leg, and it's kind of like this just thing. I don't know. It's really cosmetic. A lot of the stuff is really cosmetic, which is great. None of it's really there to do anything. So I'll just put that there. And then she's got above her knees, she's got this lace stuff. So her legs are really tall. They're actually much longer than this. They're much longer than this. So she's got these things going on. And then goes down like that. Goes down like that. And it's kind of this weird armor, lumpy armor thing. So I'm just going to put in some streaks. And then it does this. It's almost like Xena Princess Warrior. Warrior Princess, whatever it is, however they say it. Lace here, lace here. And then, I don't know why this is, but right above her knee is this knee pad thing. And it's right above her knee, so it looks crazy because you think it's her knee, but it's not her knee. So you don't have to get crazy detailed. I'm not going to get crazy detailed with any of this. Just a couple of broad strokes and that's it. Giggity. Kill me now. All right, and then again up here. All right, just like so. And this one is, you know, let me zoom out so I could understand how this one should be faced. I think the knee is like that. So the kneecap pad is going to be like right here. It's just a good there we go. Up, this way. And all the details, they'll come in later. All the little details that we'll have on this especially will come in later. And then what you can't see is she's got these really cool like 3-leaf clover looking things for knee pads or actual like protective shin guards. I don't know. I don't know how they stay on, honestly. They attach at the ankles, so they must flop around or something when she runs, or maybe they're just glued onto her skin. So kind of out here. Again, all cosmetic. It's all cosmetic. Has no cause. It's all cosmetic. Okay, I'm not going to fill this in yet because there's actual, well, maybe I should. Yeah, I will. Just so I know what's going on, you know, so I don't get confused, because I get confused a lot, you know, where things are, what things are doing, that kind of thing. That way. Oh, I forgot the laces that are cross laces like that. Okay. And I'm not too concerned about doing this part, this detail, because I rarely really go to the bottom of anything. I like to leave my work unfinished. If you've ever seen my other work, it's not all the way done. Ah, crap. And I think there's kind of beauty in that. where it's kind of like sketched out, but there's, still some work that needs to be done. And it just kind of leaves it to the imagination for the rest of, you know, for everybody else. Okay, so let's see here. I think maybe another layer. Let's do another layer. And here's what she looks like without this. So, it's coming together. Let's do another layer here. And I don't know, I don't really care what we do with this. This one will be, oh, you know what? She's got like, maybe I should do that in the same layer because it's kind of armory kind of stuff, but she's got like these bandage wraps. And I kind of want to give those to her here on her arms. And I'm just going to do a quick like this, quick like lightning, like that. Just so I know what I'm dealing with later on. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's take a look. Go. It's coming together. Oh yeah, she's also got like a little underwear thing. Black underwear. Totally forgot about that. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so it kind of goes around here, right there, and it's actually like a G-string on the other side. I think it is a G-string, so I think that may be why a lot of teenage boys like this game, is because most of the time you see her from behind and she's running. So, yeah, boy. So she's got this thing on, but that's in the front, but not the front butt. In addition to, she also has this kind of like, so let's put in a belly button because it's kind of important. It's something that whoa, that's huge. Let's make it like tiny there. Okay. She's got like a veil thing on her on here, and it goes all the way down to here, and it's just this like rectangular looking thing like that, but it's very translucent. There isn't much there. It doesn't do much to protect her against arrows and vision. So it's all kind of, there's no I don't know why she's got this on, but whatever, it's cool. I'm not going to complain. It's a little flappy doodle thing, so it flaps in the wind. It's got some kind of purpose, I'm sure. Okay, there. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything else. Okay. I don't think I am. She does have like hair that comes over here on her chin area or around her chin and stuff like that. So I think now I could really start kind of inking her in, just the details, a little bit better. And I'll probably just use an actual ink pen. But let's test some of this stuff out first. So let me. That's not it. Now see, I don't like the softness of that thin. Nope. Almost. This might work. So let's keep designer middle top. Let's check this out. No. And traditional. Nope. There's no pressure variation on that one for size. I like variation. Okay, quill. Almost. Oh, that's too big. Too strong and ooh, I think we might have a winner. Well, no, I don't know. I don't know yet. You know what? I like the felt tip pen, and I'm gonna reduce it in size, and flow with heavy is gonna be high, as well as flow with light pressure is gonna be a little higher, and then no stamping allowed, so it's gonna be straight up, and then I want a sharp edge just like that. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the flow just a bit. Yeah, just a little bit more. Yes. Okay. I like that. So I'm on my third layer, detail stuff. So the have you seen this tool for, have you ever used Sketchbook Pro? Dude, I love this program. Love it. Absolutely love it. It's amazing. So I'm assuming you're using these curves, right? Or are you using one of these guys right here? And there's different kinds too. You could select different kinds of curvatures or different shapes. These are French curves, right? No? Or do you mean, are you talking about vector lines? So I just use this. This is good enough for me if I want to do some outlining. Match the shape I want, and then just do like a light stroke to where you want to go. See, and it kind of puts it in there for you there, and then you could always rotate. Yeah, I do like vector, but I also, there's something about just sitting down and actually drawing, you know, like this. So that's my thing. And all you got to do here is connect the dots, essentially. You know, you got your line. And so this is really nice because here you could have a shaky hand and still draw a perfect line because it only draws on this line. It won't show you, but I'm actually like I'm not even on that line. Oh, Linux man, are you? Well, yeah, geez, an elitist. No, I don't know if you're an elitist or not. I think I've wanted to try Linux before, but I just like haven't either had the time or just or the courage. I don't know. Man, when you get a really nice oval, you could do everything with it. These curves are like phenomenal right now. You know, it's really good outlining. And what's really great is it's exact. It's really exact. If you don't change the shape of this, it's going to be in proportion almost always. with everything else, you know. You could rotate it to match. Good friend of mine, he's a sign maker for the U.S. Air Force, and he's really good at this stuff too. But he doesn't use Illustrator. He uses something else, and I don't remember what the program is called. But up here, you know how in Illustrator you can grab, you know, one of your little guys with like a white arrow, the direct selection tool, and just move around, and then, you know, you could change the shape of your curve line. Well, in this program, they look like little hooks, and you have to specifically hit the hooks to be able to change that. That's what they're called, hooks. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of that or used it before. I'm sure if you said it, I would immediately recognize the program name. But he's wanted to get into Illustrator, and he asked me, "Hey, can you come down and like teach me some stuff?" And I said, "Sure, but you're kind of ahead of the game. You already know what's going on." And he really did. He knew his stuff. So the reason I'm doing it this way is, honestly, the screen. No, it's something else. Well, you know what? I could just text him real quick. I don't want to play this game of finding out exactly what it is. Let's see here. Let's see. Okay, we'll see if he responds. It's 8:30. I don't think there should be a problem. He does get up for work early. Oh, whoops. I didn't do that. I'm going to give her kind of a buff muscle here. Right there. And it's just going to go like that. And then kind of turn into the elbow side. I'm going to save this portion. Well, no, let's see. There's kind of an angular thing going on, so I want to save some of that. I don't want to get too lumpy. So I'll save some of those. I'll use a ruler for some of those for the straight edges. Okay, and then she's got like a muscle here, the armpit muscle. Definitely want to capture that. Okay, and then if you accidentally hit the X button there on X out, you could always just click this again and it'll bring it back up where you pretty much left off. Now, if you need to erase on a line, say you need to erase this line, you can move to the eraser and only erase what's on the line. Now, it'll erase everything on that layer, but it'll only erase what's on that line. Oof. There's a really neat perspective tool on this, and you could draw everything in perspective. So the outline's coming along really nice. I'm really liking this. I dig it. I dig how it looks. Has the audio stopped? Is the music not going anymore? Oh, dude, dudes, my dudes, you can't even hear it. Oh my gosh. What do I got it on? There it goes. I don't remember what I was going to play. Yeah. All right, here we go. Your old one, what happened to your old one? Is it still alive and working? Or is it no longer active? Do you keep up on it? And dude, you're on the Discord, right? Why don't you post that post it in the Discord. I actually do want to check it out. I'll subscribe to it, as a matter of fact. Just, you know, to subscribe, I guess. Let's see. So in this instance right here, I kind of made an error, so I want to erase just a bit. So I'm only putting in lines where I am sure that the curvature fits. I don't want to do anything weird. So here, I'm just going to do a connection. Shouldn't it be like under your name? Isn't it under your dude, you know, under the dudeness? Dude, this is not the right song, by the way. There we go. I think this is it. Yes. This is my drawing song, Rahar. I don't know why. I love this song. Gets me pumped. Okay, I'll fix that. Just taking all the curves that are known to me that I want to address before I move on. I think this one is an important one here. All right. Well, maybe it's not as important like that. I think it's actually more coming in like this. Yeah, that looks a little more right. Okay, the top of her head. That's not the top of her head. The top of her mask is going to be right here. It's not even a mask. It's a thing. And then kind of an indentation right here. And I'm making this one up. I'm not really sure what's going on over here on this side. I'm just going to make it up. It looks good. Looks like something a wrestler would wear. Headgear. You know, I don't know if I like that. I like that, but I went too far. There. And one right here. She is. Yeah. The line work is really important. I do like to take my time on that. As you know, that's pretty important. Okay, and so this curve right here will actually define this leg and her underwear G-string a little better. This curve. And it'll kind of, you could already see that it's a little better here. So I'm just gonna do this number. And like I said, if you have a good curve, if you already have a good oval, try to stick with it and see how much you can do with the oval. That you already have, with the curve that you already have. Ooh, she looks like she's wearing granny panties. We'll keep it. For now. Just a little bit there. Instead of straight, I want to see what this would look like, slightly curved. Oh, I kind of like it. Kind of like it. do the same thing for this side, but maybe I wouldn't be able to. I won't be able to probably until I get I could change my shape here. So got a couple of others I think I'll need to put in here, but maybe not. Let's see what this, yeah, this, I think this one, but I haven't really defined this area too much either. Ugh, can't move it down. So here's what it looks like without that layer. So all the curves come in nicely. They're looking good. So I'm liking it. And I'm taking my time, a lot more time on this than I was on my previous painting. I do want this one to be a little more finished than my usual, I guess. Just an up in quality a tiny bit. I'm actually gonna do a thick line on that. Maybe actually on both sides, since I'm already over here, I'll just put this one in right here. It's nice and symmetrical. Just like that. Yeah, it's really, you know, it's just so handy. So handy, super handy. And all I'm really doing is just kind of dragging it around until I find a good match, you know. And that's what I mean by keeping the oval. Don't change the shape of the oval. Find one line that it matches, and then just keep that shape so you could work with it all around. Never lose that perspective. Nope, I want this side. I want the slight arc out, like that. You could turn it all you want. You don't have to keep it, you know, you could rotate it and translate any way you want. So long as you don't change the size. But this is one of my favorite things about Sketchbook Pro. Actually, I think it's on regular Sketchbook as well. I think Sketchbook Pro, the only difference is you don't get to animate, which I don't anyway. Animate anyways, but I think I may have started something or tried to start something, but I ran out of patience. It takes a long time to animate. And I think I just had like a little challenge for myself. Can I animate a word in 30 frames a second, I believe is what I had my challenge at. And man, that was tough. Like nothing looked right, and I just gave up. I just quit it. Yeah, essentially, except for this only, you know, draws on the line. Only on the line. Nope, don't like that. It's too low. And you could see kind of pre-see where your lines are going to be, you know, pre-see, I guess that's the way to put it. Again, I don't like that because it didn't line up with where stuff is. Let's try this one. Is that too low? Nope, that was good. And this is a pixel lock, so this locks in at a pixel. You know, you don't have to worry about like if free floating or anything. It's really good at finding things for you as well. And I'm working on this painting isn't like huge or anything, so oh, you know what? Here's some more cool curves right here. Nice little preview of the curve, a little preview of what you are gonna do. And because it's oval shaped, you don't have to keep rotating, you just find the next curve and go with it. And you don't have to follow it all the way up, like I just did. You don't have to follow it all the way up. Follow it all the way up. As I follow it all the way up. Alright, here I'm going to turn it. You know, if the engine was this easy for me, if only. I'd be in business. Creating so many mods. I'd be the king of mods. Okay. That turned out. Let's draw this line and connect it. Thanks, BM Ram. Not. Are you asking like with 3D Studio? I did a long time ago, long time ago, and I'm talking about like, ooh, maybe when it first came out. I don't know, maybe not even then. I remember doing something, and I was trying to build a rhino, and it was. Back then, I was a stupid kid, teenager, or maybe not even teenager, a young adult, and I had no patience for it, as young adults tend to not have. And so I never got further into that, so... and I've always kind of shied away, to be honest. Oh, so here we could do some really cool wrapping because of these curves. It'll allow us to kind of stick with the curvature of her arm as the bandages go on. So I could keep doing that kind of thing. It is difficult. It is difficult. I agree with you on that. And it's you have to keep going. Now, I don't know if you saw. If you ever want to do anything with, like if you need some sort of like, oh, I wanna pose a model, you know, I want to pose my own model. This is awesome. This is what I found, and it's free, and it's highly versatile. Everything, just about everything, is customizable, and you could see me kind of adjusting things, and trying to seduce you with her movements here, and you could do just about anything. So Design Doll is where it's at for anybody that's interested in needing, like, oh, well, I would like to have some sort of model to work off of. It's super quick. To work with, and it's highly how do I say it? It's highly adaptive. I mean, it is amazing, you know. So fast and easy. You could do a lot of things really, really quickly. So yeah, you can do the whole matrix thing if you really wanted to. So yeah, and I love this, and everything on it. I mean, I just love how you could adjust everything. Like, oh, you know, bigger boobs, sure. Oh, maybe not. Maybe that's as big as they get. Can we have a conversation about that? Oh, here we go. Balloons. Yeah. So balloons, just blow them up. You know, if you're into that kind of thing, right? And then you could lower body as well. Just add some weight. Thin her out a little bit. Give her... yeah, this is it for me. So I love it. Give her some muscles here. You know, yeah, it's a really good program. I really like it. And you can do, I don't know, a lot of cool things with it. And I mean, it's just, you know, it's kind of just basic, and that's what I like. It's basic. You could change a couple of things like the skin and stuff. This is the base version, by the way. So this isn't even the whole like version. I think there's a pro version on it, and look how responsive it is. It's just so cool. Just minuscule changes. And this is what I've wanted. I wanted things that stay kind of put while I change other things. I mean, it's so nice. It's just amazing, right? So check this out. It's called Design Doll. Very cool stuff. All right, back to work. I haven't even touched Poser. I don't even know what Poser, or haven't seen it. So this is the first one I used, and I love it. Okay, and then let's do the same thing over here. I need to rotate. There we go. Give her some arm wraps. she's also kind of like, it's weird because in game she's more talent. Like I want to see I want to say she's an archer, but she's got the arm wrappings and she's like almost a monk. You know, she fights, but she's like pictured with a bow and stuff. You know, so where she's depicted with a bow. So just make the marks that you need to make. Right there. And I mean, it's just so fast. Using just this one oval, you can make a ton of cool stuff, you know? And you don't have to be... All you need is a vision, really, just like what you want to do. With stuff. And get to work, you know? Finally, somebody is taking on a horse challenge. I'd use it. If you get it to work, man, I'll use it. Hell yeah. It'd be nice to have a mount. Well, hold on. Now, can you ride it? Or is it just like an animal? You know, I just realized they don't have horses, do they? What do you use, dude? For modeling, 3D modeling. Do you use 3D Studio? Is there anything else? See, so that made it kind of more realistic with all the bandages that... Oops. I think I just marked on something. Yep. With all the bandages kind of bumping. What do you use? Blender. Oh, okay. Oh, I think you just said it. Didn't you say it? Oh, you play with Bender. Okay. There, Blender, Bender. I am paying attention, I swear. There's a really cool, not a cool, but a funny video about comic book artists, and how some of them totally suck at everything and total hacks and frauds. I'll have to check it out. I will have to check it out. Because now I'm interested. If it's easier than 3DS. That was a nightmare. Trying to remember the artist's name. That was a total hack in the art or the comic book world. He just didn't know any proportions. He was terrible at everything. Wish I could remember his name. I'm glad I don't. He would have probably enjoyed this tool. Oh my god, I wish I remembered it. This needs to be fixed. I don't like this. I don't like what's going on here. The shoulder, I'm just gonna mark some stuff for myself so I know. This is supposed to go backwards, and there's a hand here, so I am gonna just do something like that so I know. I'm talking about hacks, and here I am, like, failing at drawing. Okay, I'm gonna keep that hand there. It's not going behind. It's kind of like, here's the wrist area, and then the fingers are gonna come off of it. And so I'll have to adjust this little area just a bit. She's got her hand on her hip, and this line right here won't actually be there. So I'll have to redo some stuff here. There, that is. Hands, I think, could work with this. So I'm almost like wanting to see how much I can do with just using this tool, you know? She's kind of got these elongated fingers with nails, you know, and she's got these like sharp claw nail things. And then they kind of just do some stuff. So I know this looks like one giant finger, but the hand is right here. I'll just put in a marker. So she looks like she's missing fingers. And I'll probably erase this part because I don't know if I like the curvature of that. I don't even know if I like this line right there. Matter of fact, I don't like it at all, so I'll just do that. See, that makes more sense, right?
Revelations of the dark, thunder echoes through the night, shadows from the distant past.
I don't know why BM Ram, his comment didn't appear in the flow of things. I'll have to test that. Thought I had everybody's stuff going on. Maybe not. I realize there's overlapping going on here. It's not a problem. Okay. I have not. Is that a band? Man, you know what? Hogarth sounds so familiar. Oh, okay. I'll have to look him up. that prompted me to kind of look up that horrible artist I was talking about and see if I could find him. Oh yeah, yeah, here he is. Here he is. Rob Liefeld. Rob Liefeld. So here's what I'm talking about. You've probably seen this image, but the proportion on here is so off. His neck is like, I don't know what's going on here, but if you just like, I don't know, the neck should start right here, you know, and kind of do this, but like I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why he decided to just pump his chest way out. I mean, this is awful proportion here. Let me see if I could find some other examples. I'm not a fan of him at all. He does these just weird... Like, he understands the concept of shading and all that, but just the... I don't know, maybe he didn't have a model to work with or something. Oh, it's not even over the top. I mean, it is over the top, but man, this is anatomically so incorrect. Oh, here's a good example. Here's actually a really good example of what you know, what proportion looks like in a bodybuilder, let's say, like here. You know, this is like way out there. It's like droopy and it's, I don't know, it's just, you know, this makes sense, whereas this is, oof. He just looks sad about his man boobs. Get a clue, guy. I thought this was pretty good. You know, here he is, and then this is what Captain America would look like. Anyways, back to work. Back to work. Sorry. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, I did the ears. All with this tool. Now also, you know, a lot of it is knowing how to use the tools properly and stuff. So, I mean, I'm almost positive if Rob had access to this stuff, he would just be blasting out amazing work, you know, because he understands shading and all that stuff. So it's apparent. You know, I'm just going to tackle her nose right now. She's got a cool nose. I really like it. It's like a little tiny baby nose, but it's like a bunny nose at the same. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a cool little guy. It's a cool little tiny nose. It looks almost anime-esque, but it's not. And then let's just do her eyebrows. They're a little angry from what I remember from the game, but maybe not. Let me play around a little tiny bit here. curve down right here. She's already, like these right here, look like she's looking over here. Makes her look like she's looking over that way. And she's got these big, like, rabbity cat eyes. Nope, don't like that. I need to zoom in. So I just realized essentially I am adjusting the curve of this every time I zoom in and out. I guess I really don't care because it still works great. Look at that. Biggity boom. I should have drawn Iris von Everett just like this. So I'm not going to do the other eye quite yet because you could so simple to screw up the other eye. It really is. I'm gonna raise the cyber just a bit. It's easy to screw it up because you could draw it like a little low, little high, and it'll look stupid. I'm going to draw the center point of her mouth, which is going to be right there. And one edge, other edge. Yeah. She kind of looks like she's happy. Let's put a smile on that face. Oh my god, I should do a series? It just clicked in. I should do a series where I'm like Bob Ross, but I use nothing but Joker lines from Batman, The Dark Knight, or whatever it is with the Joker, Heath Ledger Joker. Just nothing but those lines. Okay, so let's go ahead and just put a little smile on that face. Everybody's got scars. I wonder how she got her scars. And then she's got a little chin thin here, a little chin thin here. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. So if you noticed also at the bottom, you can see the rotation, which is super helpful for aligning straight lines, you know, getting that complete straight if you need it, like that, you know, and so the way I draw eyes, I think I'm just gonna do it right now, is I'll show you. So I have this, and I have this, and so these circles are gonna represent kind of my eyeballs, and you know, as I move them closer and further apart, well, I don't think I can move them closer, I have to zoom in. Yeah. So I could kind of tell where she's looking. Now right now she's kind of googly-eyed, you know, to me at least. I could center her eyes on there, but she's looking way off to the side, right? Way out there. So you could play around with where you kind of need to make her eye look. And this isn't what the tool is used for, but you can at least start to have a better idea of where she needs to be looking, and whether it's too high, whether it's going to be too low, you know, that kind of thing. So I think right around there is good. I'm just going to make a little mark right there, and you can see it right here. So just like that. I'm going to realign really quick. There. Just like that. And then, so this is the edge of her retina, and then this is where the eyeball is, and then where her eyeball will end right there. And I just put in little tiny marks there, and then I go back to my tool here so I know what I'm doing. And if it messes up, no, it's totally fine. I'm glad you stuck around for as long as you did, man. Totally fine. Go get some rest. It's a late night stream for me. Usually don't stream this long or this late. So have a good night, dude. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you around. What's tomorrow? I think tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, so I'll be streaming early morning tomorrow, or morning for me. I'll see you later, man. See ya. Thanks for hanging out. All right, let's see how that turned out. She's squinting with this eye, kind of. If you notice that. And I should have recognized that pretty early on. So I'll do that. I carry this down a little bit further. Kind of why I wanted to save the eye for a little later. it can get really hairy really fast. So maybe I'll just freehand it a little bit here. Sometimes that tool can confuse. Okay. So she's got like reddish eyes. I'm not gonna give her those reddish eyes yet. I'm just gonna give her her retinas. And retinas go typically right in the center. They're not doing anything but being in the center. They're hanging out in the center. They're the ones that look at you. They give you that look. Right, so right now I'm just kind of doing a placeholder here. Nothing else. Just gonna erase a tiny bit. So you could see her right there outlined for the most part. Now I could do the rest kind of freehand, and I probably will. Drawing on a screen, you want to get used to drawing fast. And by fast, I mean committing to a line and just going with it. So right here, she's going to have like a shadow because this is like a thing back here. It's another muscle. So I really like this area, the inside of the I don't know what that's even called. The thighs, inside thighs. It's a really interesting area for many reasons. But it's also aesthetically quite pleasing to the eye. Rework this area. Start doing some fills here and getting down and dirty with this inking. giving us some overlap of some sort. Just making it look like it's a... I don't like this. I really need to change my playlist or something. I was in the same crap for a long time. Am I just in one thing? I mean, is that what's going on? Oh, I actually like that one. The only downside of this screen is that it gets warm. And it heats up your hand quite well, quite effectively. So her hand's gonna be here. She's got her thumb right back here. Is her thumb. And then her index, middle, ring, and then pinky. Just like that. Okay, and then that weird shape right there. Leave it at that, because I don't know if I like what's going on here. Let me change that or not. We'll see. Sometimes less is more. So if you put in too many details, it's it could take away from your work. So she's got really cool shoulder or collarbones right here, and it's really just it works really nice with this like black strap or whatever it is that comes across here. And this isn't, I'm not using black, I'm using near black. It's actually indigo. So let's see, how do I want to do this? Because this is kind of up and her neck is a little bit different here. It's contorted a little differently, so, and it's not curved so much, so I want to give a hint of what's going on there. So I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna put in a couple of maybe I'll do some shading on this instead of line work on this to kind of bring it out. And then if you know anything about Fran in the game, actually squeeze your boobs together quite big time. And actually, I think it doesn't go up that much. I think it's like right here. It's like a push up more than a squeeze together. So we'll see how this triangle. We'll have to kind of adjust it as I go here. You gotta study these things. You know, if you're gonna be an artist, you gotta study these things. Get yourself a model. Perfect excuse to get a girlfriend. To do your bidding. You know, just say, hey, I need to know how this stuff looks. If I'm gonna be, you know, drawing professionally, I gotta know. So let's put on some costumes. You know? You know what? I don't really like that. I'm not going to do that yet. This isn't the layer for that kind of thing. Okay, let me see. Right, this. Let's get the meat and potatoes of this thing, because this is kind of tricky. It's got a lot of lumps and a lot of designs on it. So long. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes kind of straight in, and then it has this like half circle thing going on, just kind of arcs down. And these aren't spikes, these are actually rounded tops. And I should probably use the curve tool for this, but I could probably freehand it just fine. Because they change shape as they go along. They change how they look. So, squeeze together by perspective, right? Point of view. There's a lot of things going on down in here too. So, for instance, there's this kind of comes across right here, and there's like a pattern. So that goes across, and then this whole thing kind of goes down, swoops down. That's a very terrible swoop. As a matter of fact, I'll do this so it's a little more coherent. Ooh. Undo, undo, undo. That, and then kind of does this like edging thing. So, and then this kind of bubbles out, which I'll have to show with using highlights and stuff. But then there's like these patterns, right? There's like a circle here, and actually just 3 right here and right here. And let me see what else happens. And then there's like these weird cleft things with orbs. So oops. Like that. And in the circle you have like these crosses inside. So it's a lot of detail work in that to be truly accurate, right? of like circles inside of those. No good reason. Right, so a circle here and a clef note, whatever those are. And then on this, it's like this pattern. Like that. And then it comes back around this way. So like that, actually. So that's what I'll be doing, but not yet. Because it's really time consuming, so I'm just gonna do that really quick on just one of them so I know how to do it here. I'm just gonna do the outline for this one. So that 1, 2, 3. So because you know these are worn, they're not always going to be facing the same way. Gotta account for that. It is clothing, armor. Just really quickly. Here I said that I won't be doing this on the other side, and here I am doing it. I'm just going to do this instead. Little signatures. All right. This is for me later. Okay. I might even just leave it like that. I don't know. I gotta fix this arm. Something's going on here. I don't like it. Little tiny shadows can play a big part in ruining your work. If you don't have a good grasp on shadows, and you get it wrong, you'll ruin your whole entire piece, and that's the truth. I might erase this and start over. I do not like this. This is garbage. I like this a little better. I will work on it a little more, I think. I'll develop that a little more. Important part is coming up with the clothing and stuff, so this is important because it's actually multicolored. There is a red stripe that goes right on top of that black stripe. Give her some more muscle. She's quite the athlete. So give her that flex. And so here is kind of a weird thing going on because this is actually the other side, the back side of her armpit, I should say. So, and then I'm going to have another line come out here. This is the start of her chest here, so like that, like so. There's her belly button, cute little guy. And what I might do is actually save the hand and put it on a whole nother layer so I could develop the skirting a little more. But I don't know, maybe not. Let's straighten this out just a tiny bit. It's got too much curvature. I think we're on the Sonic playlist right now. I like that. So I'm gonna leave this unfinished for now because I'm not even sure I want to include that. I might, but I don't know yet. Not my priority for right now. And you know what I forgot to give her? I totally forgot. So I'm gonna actually switch to white on this, and the background I'm gonna make let's go with that right there. So the background is nothing but a background. This doesn't do anything. I could turn it off and on. It's just so I could see what I'm putting down. So whoops. Oh yeah, whoops. Yeah, I don't want white because it's invisible. Actually want just kind of off-white. Kind of a gray. Just like that, because so she's got hair. Yeah. Should I put on another layer? I think I should, because there's going to be a lot of corrections going on. All right, so here's what things look like without. So she's almost fully outlined. I'll probably do more work with her hand here because I don't like the curve that it's doing. I'll probably make it so it's straighter or just have the fingers kind of separate. But you know, these kinds of layers right here, they really add to the work, I think. You know, they really kind of look better just layered on top of each other. So I got the background as this crazy color here for a reason, and you'll see why. Because I'll be working a light color on a light background is no good. So let's go ahead and make another layer. This is going to be my hair layer, and I'll be able to at least see what I'm doing. So she's got like a diamond shaped I don't know, layer of hair here. So I'm just gonna do this, and I don't have to worry about it going over too much. Even though I've kind of repeated the strokes here, I'm just going to erase, and there it is. This looks more like hair because it's also translucent somewhat. And she's got this little fuzzy little thing going on. So you could do the same thing with the bunny ears, and she's got little short hair on the bunny ears. So I could just literally do this to every little bit of it, and it would look all right. It would look decent. So I'm not gonna do too much. I'm just gonna give an indication that that's what's happening up there, you know. So just a little bit up like that. And you can do the same thing for the other side. This is really reserved for hair. So this layer is going to be the hair layer, not bunny hair, you know, not like that. I'm talking about like the hair that comes off of her head. Now I like her flowy hair, and she's got really cool curly hair. I do not like that curve. Not that one either. So this is where working fast really benefits this style. So right now I don't really care if I'm going over, under, doesn't really matter, because it's all going to be erased like that. I'm just going to put in some swirls that I will probably use later. So if you remember seeing her hair, it's got all sorts of wave stuff going on. So maybe I'll even have some hair kind of come over, you know, a couple of strands or so. That's better. Nope, too even. I don't like it when I do this whole thing when the lines are parallel with each other. So I will explore with different curves. No, that's not bad. I think I'll do that thicker. So, and of course, hair, like all hair, comes from the top of the head. So work from the top of the head down. Don't like start somewhere over here. Okay. You'll do much better if you work from the head down, especially with hair. It'll actually look like hair. Now, this isn't the only layer I'm going to have of hair. Her hair is so cool that I think it would be a shame to not do more than just what I'm doing now. Wow, I've been going for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think actually, because it's bedtime. It's bedtime for me. I think I'm gonna leave it here. Y'all let me know what you think in comments below. You can join the Discord for Divinity modding. You notice that I'm doing the whole thing. That's just good practice, because you never know what you want to keep and take away, right? So just do all of it. Right, I'm just doing this around here and then around here, because maybe I'll have it wrap around. I don't know yet. You know, maybe wrap around her arm a little bit. So never know. Because I'm working in layers, it's safe to go into the face and start the hair where it would originate anyways. So right out of the armpit. All right, so I'll leave you with that, and I will pick this up another day. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope you guys learned some techniques or whatever, you know, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll be doing some Divinity Engine streaming, and you guys have a good night and have fun.